HMG Weekly Wrap-Up. Bringing you the latest headlines in the news, what you missed on the podcast, upcoming events, community updates, and stories spotlighting our community heroes. This is where the week gets wrapped up, HMG style. And now, here's your host, Mr. Adam Bird.
All right. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys can hear me this week. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, you guys know the routine. Let's get a few of you guys on here. Let me know where you're at. Say hello. It's been a busy week. Hopefully a good week for all y'all. So like I said, we're going to take a minute to get some of you on here. If you're on, leave a comment. Let me know you're out there. And let me know where you're watching or listening from this morning. Hey, Christina, what's up, sis? How you doing? How's everything up in your neck of the woods? Appreciate you jumping on. Thank you, thank you. Who else do we got out there in the old interweb lands? Don't be shy. Let me know where you're at. I'm just sharing this out so we can get some people on here. And then we will dive into the mini topics that we have today. Who else is on? What's up, everybody? How we doing? Just taking a minute to share this out. All right, there we go. All right. IG over there on the gram. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this party started this week. What do we have? Big week. Big week. Earthquakes. Heather Elizabeth, what's up, sis? What's going on? Earthquakes. We got veteran benefits we're going to talk about. The Strait of Hormuz is heating up again. We're going to discuss a little bit about the right to repair your vehicles here in America, why that's important, and Silicon Valley story that will make your blood pressure thicken up, piss you off a little bit, because that's what we like to do. We like to stir the pot. But we're going to end on a high note. We're going to end it on a high note this week. Firefighters who would not quit, a dog who saved a life, and a teen who jumped into a harbor without being asked. So let's get into it this week. Like I said, we got a lot to cover this week. Lots going on. Earlier this week, we were going to talk with my vets out there for a second, all my active duty peeps. General Donahue steps down from European Command. General Christopher Donahue stepping down, or has stepped down as a commander. Actually, he steps down effective July 2nd, stepping down as a commander of U.S. Army Europe and Africa. Does this smell weird to anybody? He just took that over, I believe, 18 months ago. You guys probably remember the name, probably even remember the picture, the early departure from Afghanistan in 2021 during the evacuation. He was the last American soldier with boots on the ground in Afghanistan in 2021. There's a picture circulating. It was caught on night vision. Bombshell Studs. Since you're on the IG right now, I gotta give these guys a shout out. There's a new soap company. I want to give this guy, this family, a shout out real quick. Bombshell Suds Company, a new veteran-owned soap company. Now, this one here, they've partnered with our very own Adam Peters from the Strategic Veteran. This stuff is amazing. Smells amazing. Even when you order this soap, and it's all I believe it's all natural stuff too. Beeswax, honey, fragrance, shea butter, beef tallow, coconut oil. Stuff feels amazing on the skin. And when you order this stuff, here, I'll take it out here. I'm sitting here like I like the packaging. Packaging is really cool on this. I don't think I've ever done an unboxing on a live show before. So take a look. Look at this. Looks like a little claymore. I absolutely love it. But it's got the honeycomb there. It's kind of curved a little bit. And it's got, I don't know if you guys can read that. The camera will focus in. There you go. Bombshell Suds Soap Company. Amazing stuff. I love it. I used it last night. And then when you get it, you get a little sticker. Freaking awesome. This stuff is great. I freaking love this stuff. Go check them out. I'm sitting here looking for the website. It's on here. bombshellsuds.com, I believe is the thing. Put it in the link over there. I see you over on Instagram. Made here in America. I love this stuff. This stuff is great. Free of pathogens. Doing it right. Support veteran-owned companies. This is one that we're going to be supporting for a while. And they do, like I said, this particular one here, they partnered with our very own bombshellsudsco.com. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And we'll put that in the description for everybody to see after the show as well. But great veteran-owned company here. I'm excited about this stuff. This is really cool. Soap company, natural. I love it. Love it. The natural stuff. So great work, guys. Appreciate you. Love the soap. Love it. Sorry, I got sidetracked. You can talk about like shiny objects. And I saw you over there. I wanted to give you a shout out. I had you ready. So I appreciate you jumping on this morning. David Gordon, good morning, brother. Hey, we're talking about General Donahue, how he steps down. Again, I'm kind of surprised by this. I'm surprised that that he's stepping down after only being there for 18 months. Those that don't know who General Christopher Donahue is, man's a legend. Yeah, he is. I believe he was former commander of Delta Force. He's also the former commander of the 82nd Airborne Division. A lot of people are going to speculate on to why. So I don't know. It is. Let me ask you guys this: what do you think about the leadership turnover that we've had in our military, particularly top brass lately? Drop it in the comments. Ken, good morning to you. I see you, David. What do we have here? So now we're getting a sticker book for Christmas. Okay. David, there's a comment in there, but I'm saving it. I'll email you. So I want to know what are your guys? My question to you guys is with General Donahue retiring, and again, only after being in his position for 18 months, what do you think about the leadership turnover that we've been seeing in the military at the top lately? Drop it in the comments below. I'd like to hear what you guys are going to say. Ken, weeding out the wheat. Do you think with Donahue though? I mean, if you look at his track record and who he's commanded, it's interesting. Darwin, good morning to you. Appreciate you down there in Fort Myers, Florida. Thank you. It's interesting. I think it's. Do I think he was pushed out? One could argue that there's going to be a lot of different speculations. Did the Secretary of the Department of War did say that they're pushing out. They're going to try to weed out more of the top brass. There's probably too many of them, right? So we'll see. It's interesting the fact that we got a former Delta commander and 82nd Airborne commander. that position is now going to the Europe and Africa command position, I think, is going to 3 or 2-star, 3-star or 2-star. Don't quote me on that. John Kroteg, appreciate you. Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. Thank you. All officers past 006 are political appointees. That is true. Very true. Moving on. Sorry, guys. I have not had a full cup of coffee this morning. I'm slacking this morning. You guys heard me talk about this next one just a little bit a couple weeks ago. The right to repair in Congress. You know, these new vehicles and these automotive in the automotive industry. You know, there's a thing going on right now where several companies are trying to push Congress to pass a law that says you're not allowed to work on your own vehicle, right? And you're seeing all this stuff on social media about junkyards blowing up and fires and all this other stuff, and some of that's conspiracy. So I warn you on what you're consuming. But why is this important? So the U.S. House Committee just advanced federal right to repair legislation covering both vehicles and electronics. If you bought it, you own it, you should be able to fix it yourself, right? Or choose who gets to fix your vehicle, right? You shouldn't have to take it right back to the dealership. So you should have a right. You bought and paid for it, then right? Or am I wrong? Am I off beat on this? Did anybody else? I feel like if I bought and paid, like I bought a vehicle recently, and if something goes wrong with it, if I know how to fix it, I should be able to fix it, or I should be able to take it to somebody that of my choosing to fix it, not to go right to the dealership or whatnot. Because a lot of the times they inflate their prices and whatnot there, and you know. So am I wrong for saying that? David Willis, what's up, brother? Good morning. So, let me ask you guys this. My question about you guys fixing vehicles and stuff like that. When was the last time a bill out of Washington made you feel like they were actually on your side? I'll wait for 30 seconds. Has there been a bill that you remember that's come out of Washington that made it feel like they were on your side? I don't know. Again, that's one of those John Deere shooting itself in the foot. Yeah. There's a lot of them. You see Ford's doing it, GMC. I think it's one of those things where if you buy a vehicle, whether Dave brings up a good point, John Deere, a lot of tractor company, if you're working on your tractor, you're working on a car, a truck, or what have you, especially look at farmers across America right now. A lot of those guys are very self-sufficient. If something breaks, they should be able to work on their tractor. They should be able to work on their trucks on themselves. Don't make these dealerships and whatnot making certain parts. They're forces the company to come back to us. Screw you guys. My opinion. Darwin, never. David, the new housing bill. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I'll take that. I got to look into that one a little bit more, but moving on. Let's go. I've got a bunch of other stories here, guys. So I'm gonna keep the comments coming. I love them. Man, this week, crazy with the earthquakes this week, right? Venezuela, twin earthquakes Wednesday evening. Venezuela's northern coast, a 7.2 and a 7.5 earthquake happened 39 seconds apart. They're calling it it's almost unheard of that, I guess, that something like this happens. I certainly haven't seen anything like this in a while. But then there was another earthquake on the other side of the world that happened That was like a 6.3 or 4, something that was in the sixes. Didn't cause a tsunami, but there was like multiple earthquakes on the same day, right? What we've gathered, at least 164 confirmed dead. That's actually been updated as of about 45 minutes ago. The death toll now is at least 235 with over 4,300 injured. It hit on a national holiday down there. A lot of those buildings were already compromised, they said, because of neglect. Venezuela, is it third world? But anyway, I find that very interesting that all the earthquakes that have happened around the world and on pretty much on the same day. Joshua, good morning, brother. How are you? Appreciate you. Rich, Stephen, I'm sorry, Stephen LaMonica, what's up? Good morning, sir. How are you? Appreciate you. We got a good group of peeps on here this morning. I'm loving it. Loving it. All right, what is that? Take Care of America's Veterans Act. How many of you guys have been tracking this? This has been something we've talked about in the past a little bit. Big veterans bill in the House. It was supposed to happen this week. And it's worth talking about again right now. So I'm going to. The good part of this was they say the Richard Starr Act is the bill. 54,000 combat wounded veterans will finally be able to collect both full military retirement and VA disability compensation without canceling out one another. Now, this has been a long time coming. Uncle Rob, what's up? David Vargas, how are you? Man, I'm loving this. Good group this morning. And the right people. I want to hear your guys' input on this American Veterans Act. Should veterans be able to get their retirement and their disability? This also includes the Love Lives On Act. Surviving spouses keep their benefits if they remarry before the age of 55. Now, the bad thing, bill pays for it by cutting future VA disability ratings for sleep apnea and tinnitus. Mild sleep apnea drops to 0 or 10%. Tinnitus loses. It just loses. They're taking tinnitus out. It's going to DAV, disabled veterans or disabled American veterans, says that this is going to affect 1.5 million veterans and cuts $57 billion over the next 10 years. Here's the thing. This was supposed to go to vote this week, and the House canceled the vote. It was scheduled for this week. Leadership pulled it because the opposition mounted from veteran groups like DAV, VFW, over the sleep apnea and tinnitus. This is the thing that really gets me on this one, and this is just my opinion. I'm probably wrong on it. It's early. It'd be the first time today. But my understanding of this, and then we talked about this, David Willis, if you're still on, I believe we talked about this last week during the Tip of the Spear episode. You're taking away sleep apnea and you're taking away tinnitus, which is something that is known veterans have as they're transitioning out of the military. A lot of vets get sleep apnea. A lot of vets have tinnitus. And now you're trying to cancel those out for future service members as they transfer out of the military. So it's like you kind of know those are big things, and you want to take those away from future service members. Kind of a dick move, in my opinion. But maybe maybe I'm overanalyzing it, or maybe I'm not looking at it the right way. So here's my question to y'all. Trish Lito, what's up? Is this a fair trade? Is this a fair trade for veterans now versus veterans later? What are your guys' thoughts on this? John Krotek, what do we have here? Yeah, I'm going to put John's comment up here. Yeah, I get it. I do. I don't know. It seems so like the veterans, future veterans are paying for the veterans now. Does that make sense? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Leave a comment. While you're doing that, let's talk about Trump cancels bill signing until the SAVE Act passes. When was this? Yesterday, I think I saw this. Trump had a bipartisan housing win on the table, a bill that would have blocked big Wall Street investors from buying. David, is this the one you're talking about? David Gordon? The SAVE Act requires documented proof of citizenship. Oh, wait, let me back up here. The bipartisan housing win on the table, a bill that would have blocked big Wall Street investors from buying single family homes and turning neighborhoods into rentals. I love this idea. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing a lot of investment groups buying up all the single family homes and then turning them into rentals. It kind of, you get the idea of you get the shit. What am I trying to say? 15-minute cities. That's kind of the idea I get. I'm not against people. If you're a real estate investor and you're buying property and you're wanting to make a living, okay, great, I get it. But when you're a company and you're buying like literally entire developments and then turning the entire development into a rental thing, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings on this one. It really depends. Okay, so here's the thing. Don't hate me. Most of you probably know I was where we live. There's an HOA. I'm not a big fan of HOAs. I can't stand them personally. I get why they're there, and I don't like them so much that I became the president of our HOA for 2 years, and then resigned because I just couldn't stand it anymore. But one of the things that I noticed is like in certain developments, like the one that we live in here, you can't have more than 30% of the housing as rentals. And if that caps off, if it caps off, there's lawsuits because people want to come in, they want to rent, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so my question is, should we be able to continue to do that? Should we allow Wall Street to come in and do that? And I'm getting off sidetrack here. Why the bill signing until the SAVE Act having happened, because they wanted proof of citizenship to vote. So is it common sense or is it an obstacle? That's the question. What do we have here? I love the fact that you guys are engaged this morning. This is great. David, what do we have? Yes, that's the one. Okay. And then David Vargas, what do we have here? As a primary, as a base. All right. Okay. Point taken. David knows his stuff. All right. Trish Lito over there trading. We already. Yeah. Common sense. Yep. I love it. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Holy cow. I'm loving this. This is great. All right. Here's one. You guys decide if I'm poking the bear on this one. I already gave it away. I'm laughing. The billionaires of AI are selling you a cage, right? This is what it's titled. This is one I think that's worth paying attention to because AI and automating your job are also the loudest voices pushing universal basic income. Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, co-founded something called WorldCoin. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I haven't deep dived into this. I'll say that right now. But this is something I'm starting to deep dive into. It scans your eyeball with an orb to give you a digital ID. Already an immediate F off. I don't like it. Salesforce CEO said AI now does half their work. Salesforce is a big customer management tool. A lot of Fortune 500 to Fortune 100 companies use this tool to track their customers and whatnot. It's a pretty good tool. I've used it in the past as far as like organizing customers. Anyway, if the government can turn your payments on, they can turn them off, right? So basically what this is a tool, not Salesforce. The AI side of it, they're trying to create everything where it takes your job and the government just pays you. They're paying you not to work. So if the government, let me ask you this, would you take a government paycheck to do absolutely nothing? There's programs like this that exist now, kind of. Be careful how I say that. Would you rather take a government paycheck, or would you rather find your next mission and do something than sit on your ass? That's the question for this one. Would you rather, with AI, would you rather have AI take your job and then and have the government pay you not to work, or you want to be more self-sufficient and do something? That's the question. My goodness. Common sense, David Gordon, down in Sedona, corporate interest. Yeah, David, I get it, brother. That area. Heather Elizabeth, I'd rather work. Yeah. All right. What else has happened this week? I got a couple more stories here, and then I got some positive stories here. Strait of Hormuz. Did I say that right? Hormuz? I don't care, if I'm being honest. I really don't. June 24th of what? Wednesday. Iranian forces attacked a cargo vessel in the Strait of Hormuz with a projectile. Shocker. The UN had to pause a ship evacuation effort because of the attack. Iran is now demanding what they are calling transit fees. How many of you have been like up in the Northeast here, and even down in Florida, and I guess there's parts of Texas and Oklahoma. You don't really see them out west, but they have these toll roads, right? I think there's another name for them. I call them toll roads, or quicker roads, whatever. And it kind of sounds like Iran's wanting to put a toll booth in the Strait of Hormuz. You guys think that's highway robbery? I think it's a choke point, right? If they do that, because that strait, they import export out of it's a quarter of the world's oil, I believe. So here's the other thing, and then this was something like I thought for sure I saw something where there was like a peace treaty or something that was recently signed. As of this morning, Al Jazeera reports that oil prices have eased after spiking on June 24th's attack. Fake news. I'm sorry. CNBC says shipping traffic is recovering and rebounding. However, it is not where we want it to be. Let me ask you guys a question. What did you guys pay at the pump this week? Anybody, if you're willing to share? I'm curious to see where gas prices are. Now, I've got people all over the United States on here. And I'm loving this. You know what? It's getting to be one of those mornings. What do we have here? I cannot just do it. Yeah. Rob, I hear you. Uncle Rob. Ken, yep. I think Omen needs to bypass the strait entirely. David Gordon, I'm putting that up there because that's a effing genius idea. Uncle Rob, 368. Ken, 405. Both of you guys, Arizona area. One down the valley, one up north. Okay, that's not bad, right? Trish, 389 down. We got people down in Florida. We're covering coast to coast, baby. I'm freaking loving this. What else? 379. That's not bad. I think yesterday I paid $4.70 for diesel out here. But out here is really freaking weird. And I paid for that like in Amish country. Give you an idea whereabouts I'm at. Pennsylvania, because I got a gas station down the street from me, and they charge, I don't know, I think it's like $5.73 for diesel right now. I drove 20 miles because I had to go to New Jersey yesterday. Not something I recommend doing. It certainly wasn't on my well, it was on a list of the thing. I had to go get coffee, but that's beside the point. But driving north and then out towards Jersey, it got cheaper. So, good. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Rob. Thank you. Our issues with Katie Hobbs not signing the summer blend. Yeah. David Vargas, 345 in the Tampa area. David Gordon, 450 at Maverick. All right. So there's not a big difference between East and West right now, it seems like. Darlene, good morning. I just look at Darlene sneak in there. I appreciate you jumping on 339 a few days ago. So do you think we're going to see prices go down as oil prices start to drop? You would think that would happen, right? I don't understand why we're still paying these prices. I don't. That's just me. Appreciate your guys' comments. Let's move on to the next one here. I'm loving this. What's the next one? Here's a fun one. Firefighters find severed fingers. Hand is saved. Little girl had a serious accident, lost her fingers. Poor girl. Firefighters refused to stop searching the scene. They found her fingers, and surgeons knock it off, you guys. Surgeons reattached them. Her hand is intact today, and because of those, first responders would not quit. This is what I'm talking about. This is a good feel good story. Let's keep it going. God bless those firefighters for not giving up on that little girl. That's freaking awesome. What do we have here? We're getting gouged. Ken, no joke. Yeah, of course we're getting gouged. And then I can't say that. Darlene, I think we're keeping it high because it's still, yep, that's true. Good point, Darlene. Yep. Next feel good story. A dog wakes owner during a house fire in Jersey. Dog wouldn't stop barking. Owner wakes up. House is on fire. Holy crap. Fortunately, she got out alive. Dogs don't need a paycheck. They just need a medal, right? Give them some doggy treats, Scooby snacks. I love it. But this was, I saw this good on the dog. Love it. Hope it was a good owner. I'm gonna stop myself there. Good owner. Hope she takes care of that dog moving forward. Next one. Here's another feel good. Teen jumps into a harbor to save a drowning dog in Southern California. This was, didn't say where. It was up near, it wasn't Santa Monica. It was up that direction. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, teen sees a dog struggling in the harbor. Doesn't wait, jumps in, gets the dog out, then tracks down the owners and reunites it with the family. This is the part I have a question with, and this part of the story. Were the people looking for the dog? Where were the owners on this? Anyway, no hesitation, didn't ask, just jumped in. Teen took action. I see stories like this, and it gives me hope for the future. Young people, not all of them are lost. Not all of them are lost. Still good in the world. So to that teen out there, they didn't say the person's name. Nice job. All right. Well, what do we got next here? Last story of the day. This one here, Army veteran. I love this one. All my vets. Here we go. Army vet And MTSU, which is Murfreesboro, Tennessee State University football players take seniors on a giant slip and slide. I can't. This was cool. Murfreesboro, Tennessee firefighters and Middle Tennessee State University football players help senior living residents ride a giant slip and slide. I love this. One of those residents was Mike Mitchell. He's an Army veteran and a retired Church of Christ minister of 60 years of service. It's just funny because I'm visualizing like all these old people going down a slip and slide. I don't know why it's funny to me. Right before he got on, he said, "I can do this. I'm a soldier. I can do this." Residents with dementia and Parkinson's were smiling, lighting up, because let's be honest, joy, feeling good is medicine, right? College football players spending their afternoon lifting up seniors instead of lifting weights. Firefighters keeping everyone safe while everyone got soaked. It's a feel good story, damn it. And it's funny because you like picture taking your grandparents out and just kind of pushing them, not service related, pushing them down I can't even say that right because it sounds horrible. Pushing them down a giant slip and slide, but you can't help. I mean, it's a feel good story. You got it. Come on. Even though I can't probably present it as good as it, look it up. God bless the firefighters and the Middle Tennessee State University football team. I think this is a cool story, man. It's like you get elderly people with Parkinson's and dementia, get them out, get them moving, let them feel young again. And the fact that they were all smiling that this was going on is just, I think that's a hell of a great story, and that's a hell of a way to end the topics for this week. This is awesome. I love that story. I hope one day if I get old enough where God forbid I have either one of those things, or if I just get old and I end up in a home because Junior is too cheap to let me stay with him. I want to go on a slip and slide, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. And I'm a visual person. Like, can you picture an 80-year-old just sliding down a slip and slide? You get the football players picking them up, and then you got the firefighters making sure they're all right. Check Billy's blood pressure. My God, that's awesome. Anyway, hey, listen, we got some. Let's get into some of the HMGs. What you missed on the shows this week. We got a new show. If you guys missed it, we had a new show. Join the HMG family this week. We are growing, and this is. Let me tell you something. Let me back up for a second. First off, thank you to all of you that come in and watch this ugly mug every week and listen to me. Those of you that are watching this later on after the live feed, thank you. And to all the show hosts that believe in the mission and that help create this community that we've created over the last 11 years, thank you. This week, we got a new show that has joined us. It's called 4 Years a Slave. United States Marine Corps veteran is joining the network. He is in transition. He's moving to Texas right now. The guy is absolutely funny. I can't wait for you guys to meet him. We're going to have him on here in a few weeks once he gets settled in. He's been doing podcast shows for a while now. You can go to his show page on Heroes Media Group. In fact, you can go check out all the shows at heroesmediagroup.com. When you go there, please follow these guys and gals on their social platforms. Like, share, follow them, leave comments on their stuff. You know, this is a community, right? And we need each other. So 4 Years a Slave, it's the new one. And I, if I was smart, I would have had their logo ready, but you can go check it out. Heroesmediagroup.com. From the Ashes Radio this week. Well, From the Ashes, first off, my buddy Rob over there in Colorado, From the Ashes, they've been doing a podcast show. They actually have a network themselves, and they've got several shows on their network. And From the Ashes host Rob is known Rob for years, and the stuff that they've done over there, doing great. Uncle Rob, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you jumping on. From the Ashes have done some great stuff. This week, their show, they go live Monday nights. This week, they had what we call a country music legend in the veteran community. Sal Gonzalez from Label 22 Records was on. Sal's a great guy. I know we've talked about him on here before, but they had Sal on the show. Go check that out, From the Ashes. The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. Another newer show to the HMG family. Been on now for about 2 weeks, I believe. This week, Josh speaks with retired Santa Monica police officer Christina Cora for a powerful conversation about survival, faith, line of duty trauma, and, the fight injured first responders are facing long after headlines disappear. So go check that out. New show, The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. Old Ranger, New Dad, a new show. They got some new stuff coming out. Behind the Thin Blue Line, new stuff coming as well. So stay tuned for that. This week on Uncommon Sense. If you haven't watched these guys, look up Uncommon Sense on YouTube. Hilarious. I'm not going to say what they talked about, but one of the topics was old inappropriate songs and Mr. Whipple. And there's some other stuff that they talk about this week. So go check that out on Common Sense. Next up, we got the Decision Hour with yours truly. This week, Found on the Water is the title of it. It's a father-son road to end veteran suicide. Sean Dillard, Army veteran, founder of Southern Illinois Veteran Foundation, has an amazing story. It started off we were talking about how him and his son were planning to row from California to Hawaii. That's been pushed back. Now what they're doing, his son Aiden's 11 years old right now. This is really cool. So when Aiden, this is a couple years out, they're training for this, but what they're going to do is they're going to row the Great Loop. It's called the Great Loop. If you haven't seen this, I didn't know anything about it. But it's 6,000 miles through America's waterways, right? And they're going to start up in the Chicago area, come down to the Gulf of America, around Florida, up the coast, and then back through the Great Lakes and whatnot. So different waterways, but the goal is it's 6,000 miles. They call it the Great Loop. A lot of people that are into like sailing and boating and stuff, when they retire, they do the Great Loop, and it takes them about a year to do it on a motor. These guys are going to row. They have another organization called awesomeodyssey.org. I'll put that in the show notes as well. But it's such a cool story. And Sean, being an Army veteran, suffered, battled with suicidal thoughts and whatnot, and found his purpose. And this is a really cool story. So check it out. The Decision Hour that's live. That went live yesterday. Hey, John Krotek, appreciate you, brother. What do we have next? Double S Podcast. This week they had special guests. Jaron Keller, I hope I said that right, of Keller Outdoors, Army veteran and an avid outdoorsman from Nebraska. or Nebraska, depending where you're from. So go check that out. Double S podcast with our buddy Gene Campbell. Next up, we got the Misfit Nation podcast. Pay attention, folks. Listen to this one. Black Hawk Down survivor reveals the leadership lessons that saved lives. This week, our buddy Rich LaMonica sits down with Kenny Thomas, a former U.S. Army Ranger with the 3rd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment, Bronze Star with Valor recipient, Ranger Hall of Fame inductee, best-selling author, country music artist, Emmy award-winning producer, and survivor of the Battle of Mogadishu, made famous by Black Hawk Down. This was a really cool episode. Misfit Nation podcast. Check it out. They do a couple episodes each week. Next up, we got Homefront Sit Rep podcast this week. United States Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant, author, speaker, and veteran advocate Sonia Arcua, I hope I said her name right, sits down with powerful conversation about leadership, transition, identity, and finding purpose after the military. Check it out. Homefront Sit Rep podcast. What do we got next? Vet SOS podcast. Go check them out. They've got several shows. I think they do a show now 5 days a week. Operation Startup, The Scoop, Grab a Lifeline, Testimony Strong. Go check them out. Gabriel Wren, I owe you a phone call. Appreciate you jumping on, brother. How are you? Over there on IG. Hey, what's up? Unseen, unheard soldier. I see you. Appreciate you jumping on. So Vet SOS podcast, go check it out. And then we got Shay Sparks show. She has Brian here shares how faith, forgiveness, and intentional choices can reshape family, relationships, marriages, and a legacy. Shay Sparks show. Check that out. Next up, we got Boot Stars and Guitars Network. Tracy Laporte and a slew of co-hosts that she has. She does 4 shows a week over there on that network. Boot Stars and Guitars. Go check them out. Label Free podcast this week. Weightlifting champion, animal behavior PhD, and lifelong animal advocate Tony Varelli comes on to explore the revolutionary approach to reducing animal suffering. Interesting. Label Free podcast. Check that out. We got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This week, Lance Reed is a shining example of what can happen when great ideas is matched with determination. I love this. This was a cool episode. What do we have here? Lance was on, and also music guest Kenneth Busby Jr., new to the veteran music community, but he's making quite the impact right there. So go check that out. People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check it out. Next up, we got Other Side of the Firewall. This week, hosts Ryan, Shannon, and Chris. They talk about a trending security report detailing how a low-skilled attacker easily hijacked Claude AI and breached like 14 companies with AI. An amateur hacked Claude AI, okay, with AI, and this is a big thing. So they get into this, what AI means, what cybersecurity is doing, and it really helps you kind of put into perspective of what we should be doing with our own cyber security stuff in your home. So check it out, Other Side of the Firewall. Last but not least, for episodes this week, we've got Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line. When words no longer work, what then? This is the part 2 of this series. It moves from the philosophy into the practice. So check that out. Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line. Let me give a shout out real quick to our community partners. These are non-paid. We don't get paid for these or whatnot. These are just shout outs and companies that believe in HMG's mission, been with us, have supported us, and companies that we definitely want to go support. Stas Fab. You can find them on Instagram under Prospect Hill Flag CO. My Tax Fella, Anthony Moriello and his entire crew over there. Go check them out. Forget Genetics, veteran-owned, family-run, great organization. Jim Neary's Live Bait and Tackle, veteran. They got if you're in Southern Pennsylvania or Northern Maryland this weekend, go out to Jim Neary's Live Bait and Tackle. They got a fishing tournament out there this weekend for first responders. Make sure you check them out. Green Valley Hunters Paradise. You've heard me talk about them. Great organization down there in Virginia. We're going to be back down on the property beginning of August for the next motocross race there. So that's it. That's all the time I got. Listen, next week, oh my God, I almost forgot. This is the last show of June. So next week, it's going to be July already. And it's going to be gearing up for America's 250. Next week, we're going to be down in North Carolina again. So I'll be live down there. I don't know, somewhere in North Carolina. We'll be down there live next week. I'm going to bring back the bow tie. You don't want to miss that. We're gearing up for America's 250. This weekend, however, I want you guys to do this. Don't get the 45-degree syndrome. Get off the computers. Watch what you consume. Ask a lot of questions. And remember, it is still mental health month. So check on your battle buddies. All right. Everybody, thanks for tuning on this week. Make sure you guys share this out if you would. Show some love and support. I'd very much appreciate it. That's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.